State down here in Tennessee. We don't need y'all to talk about us because we're going to talk about ourselves.
Welcome back, everybody, once again to Titans Tube. My name is Justin, and with me, as always, is Jake, getting ready for the Titans going to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Jake, I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm ready. I'm ready for the pain.
Ready to be hurt again.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Thank you. Starting out strong on this one.
Yes, this is why Titans Tube is on top of all of YouTube. We're ready to get hurt this week, but maybe not. I mean, if we know anything about the Titans is, they have that bounce back. They have that bounce back in them, and yeah, we could use it. We could use it after that loss against Cincinnati last week. Philadelphia 10-1 on the season, and of course the storyline. I'm already sick of talking about it, Jake, and we haven't even. But the AJ Brown revenge game. I don't know whose revenge is it? Is it AJ's for not getting the money from the Titans, or is it the Titans for dealing with AJ forcing himself out? How does this work? Is there any revenge factor here? I don't know. I wish AJ well and good, but I want to beat him senselessly. I want to hold him to one catch and one lost fumble, and then he's benched. I want him benched in this game. That's what I want to see happen.
I like it.
Yeah, just some good-natured, sportsmanship there. So how are you feeling, Jake? Titans at 7-4, still have a multiple-game lead in the division. NFC opponents on the road. I don't know, what do you expect here, Jake? Eagles, high-flying offense, can run the ball, can throw the ball, can play great defense. They limited weaknesses on this team.
Absolutely, to say the least, Justin. This Philadelphia matchup, you kind of were leaning towards it, but it is not a must-win. So that's a good thing to know going in. And their one loss this season, Justin, was to the Washington Commanders. How about the NFC East this year? Unbelievable.
To Washington. We don't know what that's like.
It's not like we were like 1 yard away from doing that or anything. But crazy. This Philadelphia Eagles team taking the massive step forward from last year when, people were questioning if Jalen Hurts was the guy in Philadelphia after that playoff blowout to Tampa Bay last year in the wild card round. But wow, have they turned a corner? Has Jalen Hurts turned a corner with his weapons on the outside being Devontae Smith and the aforementioned AJ Brown, Justin? It's gonna be an interesting matchup. The spread only at 4.5 this week. Eagles favored, obviously. I thought that is a head scratcher. Vegas liking the Titans a little bit there. Quite an odd spread. So maybe they're counting on the bounce back of the Cincy loss, and Vrabel is prone to bouncing back, and expect the unexpected with this Titans team. We said it in the recap of the Bengals video. It was just. It's not going to be that shocking if the Titans go to Philadelphia and win, but am I expecting it, Justin? I don't know if I'm expecting it, if I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not necessarily expecting that. I mean, we'll see. You mentioned Jalen Hurts, and I do want to say, I got to admit, I was wrong about him. I saw him, his rookie year, he came in spots, I think it was when Carson Wentz was being benched and kind of run out of Philadelphia. And then I think there was the year last year, and I think he was okay. I did not buy in. I did not believe in Jalen Hurts. I didn't think he had the it factor to being an NFL QB, but he certainly has turned it around, and he's looking fantastic this year. Running a great offense as well. He gets help from the running game and a lot of talent at receiver. But Jalen Hurts playing great football. I mean, I feel like he could be a MVP candidate for you right there, leading the team with the best record. And his legs is going to be a problem, Jake, containing him running the football. Big game for David Long Jr. I mean, yeah, you got to key in on Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts getting outside of the pocket with the ball. It's going to be a huge challenge for this defense. Hopefully we can get Danico Autry back and some of the last remaining guys who we've been missing. Has Elijah Molden been playing? Was he playing against the Bengals? I mean,
Yes.
I didn't
He
really
was
know
held out
that.
of practice today. Danico Autry also missed today, Justin. I don't think if
Mm.
you're going to get your Danico Autry wish, I was going to bring that
Come
up.
on.
And the containment, you know, I feel like just with the defensive line at full strength, we're pretty good at setting the edge and keeping scrambling quarterbacks in. But, you know, you think back to the Chiefs game and that Patrick Mahomes scramble, you know, and
Yeah.
quarterbacks who can run can really hurt this Titans defense if they're not at full strength.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that could be a matchup problem for this defense. But I mean, that's going to be the thing to have to keep us in this game, Jake. Is we're going to have to lean on this defense to yet again hold an opponent under 20 points, and the only time they haven't done that is against the Bills in Week 2. Am I right?
Yeah,
Or I think the
that's
Giants
wild.
got
The
21
Giants.
in Week 1, but this might be the toughest task on the schedule with this Philadelphia offense, because they can roll points right up on you in a hurry. So big time challenge for the defense. But man, I mean, speaking of guy, maybe the biggest name to get healthy on this roster, Jake, is Ben Jones. I think him missing the last 2 games has really been a telltale sign, especially with the running game not being productive really whatsoever. This offensive line, Jake, against this Eagles defensive line, another matchup issue. It seems like we don't match up well right now against the Eagles as we're talking through this preview. But yeah, I mean, what can we expect out of the offense? You mentioned before we got on their top cornerback, Gardner-Webb Johnson.
CJ Gardner-Johnson has a lacerated kidney. That can't feel good, Justin. That's got to be pretty painful. He got it in that Green Bay game last week. So he's going to be out with the lacerated kidney. So that's going to, you know, the Titans offense needs every advantage it can get right now. And I think you made a great point, Justin. Ben Jones being the center point of this offensive line is kind of its only redeeming quality this entire season, because you look at that Bengals game, Derrick Henry had nowhere to go. I mean, it was 0 yards or negative yards almost every single carry. And I mean, shout out to the Bengals front seven. They put on a clinic and a textbook example on how to stop Derrick Henry in this rushing attack. But I think the Titans offensive line being in shambles as it has been most of this season was also a big key indicator in slowing down the King.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a tough spot to be in with this offensive line now, because we want to play to our identity, Jake. We want to be able to run the football with Derrick Henry and have him lead our offense. But what happens if you can't play to your identity with the players that you have, because we can't execute and get off blocks and get downfield and open up holes for Henry, and that's not working for you. We kind of have to change things up. We saw that against the Bengals last week. Tannehill had to air it out, had a decent day throwing the ball. We got a deep shot to Treylon Burks. We did get a screen play to Derrick Henry that really was probably our biggest play, because it resulted in our fumble into the end zone for a touchdown. Our best offensive play of the day, sadly. But so yeah, I mean, maybe we need to change things up with this offense. If we can't create any more space for Henry to run through, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to lean on Tannehill and getting these receivers back with Burks healthy, looking good. Kyle Phillips. I feel like this is like an Adoree Jackson situation where he just continuously keeps missing games, and you expect him to be back, but then he never comes back. It must have been the worst hamstring injury that he's ever had to deal with or something. But I'm still excited to see Kyle Phillips in this offense getting back in there. So, I mean, and then you got to lean on your offensive line if we're going to kind of throw the ball around more. Can they pass protect against Tannehill? I mean, this is really – I mean, a lot of blame gets thrown onto Todd Downing, but again, like if the offense isn't opening up holes and executing the plays, how can you blame Downing for that? So that's the biggest thing with this offense, Jake, and what I'm keeping an eye on is the O-line play, because I mean, if they're not playing well, then you're not moving the ball and you're not scoring points and you're not winning. I mean, it trickles down. All trickles down from your offensive line and the play in the trenches. So
truly.
So yeah, I mean, big rant on the O-line. It's concerning, and hopefully Ben Jones can get back there.
I appreciate your reprieve from the Todd Downing slander there, Justin, because that Bengals game really highlighted how inept this Titans offensive line really is compared to the rest of the league. And, you came in, Taylor Lewan. I mean, I've forgotten he's even on the team,
I
Justin,
know.
at this
Yeah.
point. He's played so few games in the past several years. So Taylor Lewan out, and then you lost Roger Saffold, and you try and fill in that with Aaron Brewer, but Ben Jones gets hurt, so Brewer's going to center, and it's just a complete mess. So it's just, I really do think that is to blame for a lot of the Titans' offensive struggles. There's, you said it, a lots of blame to be spread around, absolutely. But I'm just glad to see that. Ryan Tannehill has been playing very clean games, very efficient games, doing what they're asking him to do with the limited resources that he does have. He's getting it done, playing turnover-free football. Love to see that from Ryan Tannehill. So that's obviously going to be a key moving forward and has been a key all season. And then, it's just get Henry in space. I know he only had, sub 40 rushing yards last week, but we got him in space with the screenplay. That was our only touchdown of the entire game. If you get Derrick Henry the ball in space, good things are going to happen. So I got to give kudos to Todd Downing for scheming those up, getting Derrick Henry more involved in the passing game, because running in between the tackles, 30 times a game isn't always going to work. Case in point, the Cincinnati game. So it's going to be about getting our playmakers the ball. Very, very encouraged with Treylon Burks over the last 2 games. How could you not be excited and have a grin ear to ear when he caught the 50-50 ball last week on the long shot? That is exactly what this offense needs. Just an absolutely, like doing the clear, and Treylon Burks is providing that spark quite literally for this offense. So hopefully they can turn it around, because this Eagles defense, pretty good, man. Pretty good. A lot of household names. Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham up on that front end. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a household name, but he obviously out with
Darius
that kidney.
Slay? Isn't he a corner?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Darius Slay on the other side of the absent CJ Gardner-Johnson. So Reed Blankenship will probably fill that role. I'm sorry. Gardner-Johnson's not a corner. He's a safety, Justin. Pardon me for my lack of Eagles knowledge.
Wow.
Yes, Darius Slay over there. So he's going to be probably matched up with Burks most of the game. Going to be an interesting matchup to watch to see if the Titans can keep pace. And, with this defense, Justin, I feel like they're going to be mostly healthy. You're going to have Dupree out there. You're really only going to be missing Autry and maybe Molden. We'll see what the injury status of Molden is coming into Sunday, but it's just an interesting matchup, uncommon opponent. You said NFC, and it's, yes, the Titans, you don't want to see the Titans drop to 7-5, but you mentioned the big lead in the division and an NFC opponent. Not the biggest deal, or, not the biggest must-win game, but I'm just very interested to see what Titans team we're going to get on Sunday.
Yeah. Because, the Titans do show up against the NFL's best. We saw that against the Chiefs a couple weeks ago with Malik Willis at quarterback. So how's the measuring stick? Bring back out the measuring stick, and where are we at after we face the Eagles here? Just bringing up this page, the Eagles points per game, 27.5 points per game. Can you imagine, Jake? Here we are sitting at 19 points per game, and that seems high. I can't believe we average 19 points a game. That's impressive.
The Eagles average half a point more than our highest point total all season. That's what they average.
That's a depressing way to put it in perspective, Jake. Thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, dude. So, they're going to be tough to stop on defense, and then they're going to be tough to move the ball on when we're on offense. So we'll see. But the Mike Vrabel teams, the hallmark is they're going to come out swinging, even after you feel down and out about them, about a previous game. They're going to come out and play hard, and hopefully they make it that grindy, gritty, make the Eagles play ugly football kind of style that we're going to have to. I wrote this down. We already covered this in the O-line, but Derrick Henry, it is kind of a miracle that he has 1,000 yards on the season, and it's like number 2 in the league in rushing. That should be enough to put him in the Hall of Fame, running behind this offensive line and still managing to get 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, with still 5-6 games left to go. It's going to have to, if we want to get into keys, I think it's going to have to come down to, yes, we're going to be giving the ball to Derrick Henry, but seeing Traylon Burks, being able to stretch the defense. We have a deep threat. Hello, Racey McMath maybe coming back into the lineup. Did he not return to practice?
I don't think he's returned to practice. He has returned to the locker room. He's been present. He was just kind of 0 dark 30 missing for a while with this injury, but he has kind of returned to team activities. I don't think he's returned to practice officially. But yeah, I mean, any help and any spark you can get in this offense, they're going to need it, Justin, because they're going to need to put up that 27-point, season high total on Sunday, because I don't think they really have a choice.
Yeah. It's sad. We're excited about getting a receiver into the lineup that I don't think has actually caught an NFL pass in his career.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Davis Racey. But that kind of tying it back into my key is that we're going to have to soften up this defense, run that play action with Tannehill. He does that so well. We're going to have to connect and get as you were saying, jumpstart this offense with some big plays. I mean, it's hard to think that we're going to be able to run Henry and dink and dunk our way down the field against this defense. So I'm hoping for a big game from Traylon Burks. Austin Hooper, absolutely loving what he's been giving us in the receiving game, since October when he really started getting involved in the offense. I mean, Robert Woods, he is what he is at this point. Westbrook-Ikhine, we know who he is. He's been the same kind of receiver, having a great year. His best receiving season. He kind of has to, because he's forced into the starting lineup. But we're going to have to get some chunk plays, really get the play action working for us. And it's going to be set up with a lot of Derrick Henry runs for no gains, runs for 1 yard right into the middle of the pile. So, yeah, the big plays, Jake, we're going to have to get some to jumpstart this offense one way or another to try to keep pace with this Eagles offense. So that's what I'm seeing. Do you have a key that you're looking for in this game?
Man, it's just you kind of said it with the big plays. It goes hand in hand with that. You just got to score points. I mean, you're going up against one of the more lethal offenses in football. You said it, averaging 27.5 points a game. That's a half point more than our season high total, to reiterate that sad, depressing point about the Titans offense. That's just kind of how it is this year with this team. And if we're going to win a game, it's going to have to be a slugfest. And I don't know if you're going to get that against the 10-1 Eagles in Philadelphia with A.J. Brown, with a little added incentive to stick it to Titans fans. It's going to be an interesting game for sure. Going to be some fireworks, and it's just going to be hold on for dear life. And we're yet again going to lean on this defense to try and keep us in this football game. I don't know if you have a score prediction, Justin. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I'm angry with the Titans. I always pick against them when I'm angry with them. I have the Eagles winning, but in a closer game than we expect. I'll give a 30-24.
30-24. Okay, we get 24 points. I'll take it. That's a win
day.
I'll go. I've never picked against the Titans. Why start now? No way. I'll pick we match our season high with 27 points. Eagles 24. We win by a field goal. Does Randy Bullock come back? Because I don't even know if he's healthy.
Yeah. It remains to be seen yet.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But really, a win for me, a moral victory for me, would be to get out of this game healthy and to get ready to play Jacksonville. We got 3 more division games left on the season, and let's not looking ahead. I'm excited to watch this game, and I'm hoping and be rooting and hollering for a W in this one. But looking at those division games in order to wrap up this division, I think is where it's at as far as the rest of the season goes, to try to get that division championship and secure a home playoff game, and then just hold on for dear life and see what happens there at that point. So we'll see. We shall see, Jake. Christian Fulton, your number is being called. Shut down that man, number 11 on the other side.
Stop that man.
He has a fumble. He's been fumbling the ball. What's up with A.J. Brown and fumbling? Let's punch the ball out a couple of times too. So
would love to see it. Love to see it. Christian Fulton's carrying Titans fans' expectations on his shoulders. And we are carrying NFL bettors expectations on our shoulders, Justin. Do you have your 3 games against the spread? If you just want to go boom, 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 go right ahead.
Boom, 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 boom.
Invisible piece of paper.
Yeah, that's so bizarre. What is this? What is this Zoom? This is 2022 here. Okay. First game, two teams probably not making the playoffs. We have the Jags going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Jags are 1-point favorites, road favorites. Vegas really liked that win against Baltimore last week. But I'm going to go with the Lions. Lions impressed me on Thanksgiving against the Jags. I think, well, if they cover, then they should win because it's a 1-point spread. But
yes,
I'll take the Lions with the points. I like what they're building. They're learning how to win, and it's paying off for them here and there, and they're competing with some of the best teams in the league. So give me the Lions there. Next up, we have the undefeated Mike White Jets going on the road to take on the Vikings. Vikings are 3-point favorites. I'm going to take this Mike White Jets team. I'm buying into the hype to get the upset in Minnesota.
I thought that was a rat line, dude. I thought that was a rat line for sure. How are the Vikings at, I think they're 9-2, maybe 8-3 potentially.
Yeah.
But how can there only be 3-point favorites over the Mike White Jets? Maybe there is something with this Mike White character. Sorry for cutting you off, but I love that you took the Jets
there. Yeah, you're good. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Could the Jets be kind of for real? Is literally their issue was Zach Wilson. I mean, they have a good defense. They have some weapons on offense. Well, where's Corey Davis been? Is he hurt? I kind of want to see him.
I just feel like he's been a non-factor in New York. You gotta remember, Zach Wilson being their problem. He's distributing the ball throughout, and they have Garrett Wilson, rookie wide receiver from Ohio State, who's really emerged as their number one. So he's just kind of lost in the shuffle, which has kind of unfortunately been Corey Davis's career, if we're being honest. But yeah, man, send him back to Tennessee. We need
we'll
him.
Take him. Yeah, absolutely. We would love, and send us back Jonnu Smith. What are you doing, New England? What are you doing with Jonnu Smith? He was great here. He was very involved in our offense, and he was awesome. I don't know what they're doing with Jonnu, but I miss Jonnu. I miss Corey Davis. Get them back both here. Anyway, got to tie it back to the Titans at some point.
Always.
I don't know if we can for this one, but how about the Dolphins on the road against the 49ers? Big test for that Dolphins offense, man. A great offense going up against a great defense. 49ers, 4-point favorites. I'm going to take the Dolphins to cover that. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game. Man, yeah, just what Tua is doing with those receivers and Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Who's Eric Waddle? Eric Waddle.
Eric Weddle?
I think I'm trying to think of that old safety.
Yeah.
you know where I'm at. All right.
I got you.
I'll take the Dolphins and I got a few upsets brewing here. So those are my picks.
I like you, Jay. I like them all. I like them all, especially Justin, because I picked 3 entirely different games. So I don't know if that's happened yet. We don't converse before we pick these games. But my first game, Justin, I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens in a bounce back performance. I mean, I feel like, yes, they have been slipping. Yes, you feel like Lamar Jackson is something's brewing, and it's not a very happy time in Baltimore right now, it seems.
Not a good time on Twitter as well. He's just going off.
Yeah.
Bad look.
Mixing the pot there, but I think they bounce back. I'm taking Baltimore as 9.5. That's a lot of points, Justin, but they are playing the Denver Broncos at home, and the Broncos just flat out stink. So that's kind of my reasoning there. I like Baltimore to bounce back. Lamar is going to be eager to silence haters on Twitter and in person alike. So I like Baltimore by 10 against the Denver Broncos at home. My second game, Justin,
I like it.
I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I feel like I have lost every single week that I've picked this team, but I am picking the Green Bay Packers -3.5 against the Chicago Bears. It's just Aaron Rodgers versus the Bears. I mean, there's really nothing else that needs to be said about that. It could be Rodgers' last ride against the Chicago Bears. He's going to want to get his money's worth here before he kind of maybe hits the trail and sees what else is out there. Send him to Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? But I like the Packers 3.5 against the Bears this week. I also, you don't know if Justin Fields is playing. That could be a big factor in this ball game.
It's so wild. It's so wild to see a 4-8 mark right next to the Packers. It's been so long since I've seen a record that bad. So, but yeah, I like it. I would take the Packers too. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I like it. He owns Chicago. You know, it was the "I own you" celebration, and he's right.
Yeah.
My last pick, Justin. You know, if you remember my sweatshirt from last video, I hate the Cincinnati Bengals, and that is why I'm picking the Chiefs minus 2.5. I feel like everybody loves the Bengals right now. Everybody expects the Bengals to be on a run, but you know, the Chiefs are still tops in the AFC. I hate to say it. They're the team to beat here. I think the game is in Arrowhead, so I like the Chiefs minus 2 in that 4 o'clock matchup. Going to be a good game.
It's in Cincinnati. Does that sway?
Okay. It does not sway my opinion. I'm still taking the Chiefs minus 2 in that game. That's going to be a dandy of a 4 o'clock game, Justin. Those are my picks. This week. Yeah, absolutely. I've got Baltimore, Green Bay, and Kansas City all covering as favorites this week. And those are our NFL picks against the spread.
We didn't talk about Commanders and Giants. That's a big game. Anyway. Oh, hey, I got a pick. I want to throw in an extra pick.
Let's see it.
It makes me sick. Dude, all right. So the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson back going to Houston in the ultimate revenge game. They are 7-point favorites. I want the Texans to smack the dog crap out of Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Just, dude, this whole thing just makes me sick, dude. I can't believe he's about to play in a game after everything that's happened. But yeah, I hope he is humbled in the worst way, and the Texans beat them by 4 touchdowns, and Deshaun Watson gets benched and he gets what's coming to him. Yes, that's the only time you're going to see me root so hard for a division rival to win a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it hurts their draft stock. So double, there's a lot at play there. I love the Texans pick +7. I flirted with that on the paper, but I didn't want to go there. That's great. I love that as a bonus pick. I will also put that down as a bonus pick. Justin, do you have anything to take us to the barn on this preview video?
No, nothing. I don't even have a barn, so I couldn't do that if I wanted to. But we thank you guys always for tuning in. Tighten up. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Let's stay healthy. Come on, boys.
Yes, indeed. Going to Philly on Sunday. Everybody have a great football weekend. Like we said, great slate, a lot of great games, including this Titans at Eagles matchup. Let's get some revenge on AJB number 11, Arthur Juan. We're coming for you, man. We'll see. We'll see if I eat those words. I'm going to be prepared to do it on Monday or Tuesday and the recap. But like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Tighten up, everybody. Have a great football weekend. Peace out.